So, ladies and gentlemen, we got one of the homeboys that actually came by and actually caught wind on a video that I've done about 6 months ago in regards to Angela Knight's situation on the Unfiltered podcast with Eric Basil. Primarily those two, and then ever since the 6 months actually has passed, there have been some new cast of characters that actually were added on to the podcast, different type of format and how they had a different setup. And yes, the whole ratchetiness and all that other stuff and the aggressiveness has been toned down a little bit. However, the mindset is still the same. The rhetoric and much of the stuff that they have done is literally still the same down to the T. No different than what Fresh and Fit mainly does or even other podcasts are mainly done when it comes to the general manosphere. And a lot has changed between the quality 6 months ago versus now. Y'all, please check out my handle up on YouTube on the New York Chronicles. Hopefully I'll be able to see y'all there. Now I want to go back to Basil from Unfiltered here. So me asking more about your legitimacy, asking questions about your background, how you're able to literally run a successful exotic rental car business, whether or not you did it alone or you did it with your family, literally in your early 20s. Me asking you very thorough questions on how were you able to make that successful money. Did you have assistance with family? Dealing with constant maintenance of those exotic rental cars, as well as dealing with possible insurance where they deal with if, God forbid, one of the cars get wrecked. According to you, that's basically talking shit. How do we know if you and maybe some of the other guys are legitimate, and why should some average Joe that's actually relying on guidance who's having a traumatic event in his life or is very vulnerable rely on you to trust? What's your background? But then again, according to you, that's talking shit. Now with your videos, I know you're still holding your own. I know you're still doing your thing. I definitely wish you guys well, as the other guys that are literally doing their things, towards the people that are literally watching the stuff, do y'all pick whoever you want to actually basically want to watch, however you want to see. Just, watch basically 2-3 hours on these dudes really dunking on women mainly all the time. And homeboys claiming that, him and his crew have been blacklisted by Fresh and Fit, while yet Fresh and Fit were the originators of actually bringing the women on the show with the help by Andy from Authentic Alphas. And they ended up changing the game with the help of the late, great Kevin Samuels. And you've seen all the other podcasts that literally follow suit with almost basically the same layout as Fresh and Fit. And we got this show coming by on a similar format as well, right? So you're seeing an oversaturation of all these podcasts really coming in that's actually trying to model the same formula that Fresh and Fit mainly has done, and yet they're not really going and generating as much views or mainly as much subscribers as Fresh and Fit has originally have. Never mind, Fresh and Fit got demonetized by YouTube. They're not actually getting as much money as YouTube as they did before due to their outlandish antics, and they're literally the worst of them all out of all of them. Now, to get back to Basil's point, yes, you haven't been stopped, and nobody's stopping you. Well, I'm personally not stopping you. All these other content creators not stopping you. Not even YouTube or even all these other podcasts are not stopping you. Only you can definitely stop yourself in this case, and I know Fresh and Fit haven't been stopped either because they never stopped themselves. But if any form of communications guidelines have been extremely violated, those social media, platforms, they can't stop you for sure, if you don't have a backup plan. But no, you're not being stopped at all. You got your own following and everybody else has your own following, which, it's not even big of a deal. And again, I wish you well. But you're saying you're basically always linking the Fresh Fit, but what's going on. But look at this content, right? Similar, definitely similar to Fresh and Fit to me, based on the titles, even though it's basically tempered down. We see something like this as well. No stuff that's in relation to money and finances unless they go to separate accounts, for sure. This is definitely something that's gone berserk, typical hardcore, pseudo alpha guru, literally just, shitting on women as you will. That's on the title. We got, certain titles are dealing with us up here and everything. We got some good podcasters there. We got some good ones here. Oh, yummy. Juicy. Ooh, juicy. Yummy, 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 yummy. But again, Christian is definitely inconsistent, according to Basil here. But, and what I've learned throughout this whole social media, any form of social media, you don't make big money based off your expertise. You don't make any big money based off your intelligence. I mean, even like your past mistakes, you basically make money based on your following, strictly based on your following, how much followers you have, how much views you have consistently. You get paid based on that. You get paid based on like the popular viewership. That's how social media mainly runs, especially in YouTube, especially in TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and at some points even LinkedIn in some cases. But the difference with LinkedIn, you have to be extremely professional. So yeah, all these podcasts and these membership podcasts, they're going to be fine. And the main reason, because you got a bunch of supporters that are literally holding them down, that live in delusion, that, made them just don't want to try and put the work in to try and improve themselves. And they want to try and make sure they try to live vicariously through them. Basically on like, certain dudes mainly shitting on women and actually kicking women out, basically getting allured by, cars, girls, women, quoting the rhymes of Jay-Z, money, cars, hoes. You know what I'm saying? And to the ladies that are listening, please pardon the language. I'm just quoting a situation there. This is not mean to mean in any fit or any way, shape, or form. It's not more so mainly towards the channel creators and the content creators. It's mainly the viewers that mainly keep those content creators going, and are literally leeching and actually feasting off your payments and off your naivety and off of your vulnerable pain. Okay? To y'all literally coming by, just literally trying to seeking out and actually trying to overcome your trauma, seek help from a psychologist, seek help from a mental health therapist, seek help from a psychiatrist so they can actually literally methodically minimize your ills, hopefully try to reduce some of the struggles that you have, hopefully come up with like a good strategy and or plan and trying to help alleviate the traumas that you're mainly dealing with and have you more better prepared on how to overcome it. That would be the best way to start off. And as for, the pseudo red pill creators that want to come by and hold the general manosphere down, mainly the white manosphere down, God forbid the red pill movement dies down. God forbid you get terminated, or God forbid you may not be able to have the same success or even have an elevated success as you've had in years past. And you decide to look for either a full-time job or really trying to start a different business that's independent of it, and you want to try and expand nationwide, How would that really affect? How are people going to see you now once they see those types of videos that you're doing? See, this type of content is mainly posted out. And even if you delete it, it's still going to be posted around for the world to see forever. Or this type of content, even though it's a little bit appropriate, let me try and get something different. Or this type of content mainly come by we actually kick women out and call them bimbos. Or even this type of content actually deals with some stuff that's similar that fuels a narrative. You don't know how these big time CEOs mainly run. You don't know what the mindset of CEOs mainly are. They'll be watching your videos. They got all these bots that have all these YouTube videos coming up that they mainly watch from time to time to see how you move and see what your mindset really is. And besides, much of the stuff that you mainly say when it comes to the red pill and general manager stuff does not work practically up in the real world at all. Your asses will literally get creamed. Your asses will literally get fucked over by folks who've actually endured life, by folks who've actually endured trial and error, and basically learned some life lessons from it. Think about what I said very, very deeply. Hopefully you take note on what you learned from this whole situation. But then again, according to Basil Unfilterd, the Nerd Chronicles is literally talking shit. Ooh-wee. Get some help, y'all.